Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here, XPlane Dedicated. It's the end of the year and an end of the year review. I'll see you on the other side of the intro.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go amend direct.
521 ready, cleared, ready, let's go.
So, end of the year review, it's really difficult to understand what to say because so much has happened in XPlane this year. It's been absolutely amazing. We've had so many things going on, and the biggest thing is scenery development. So many people have actually moved into this area of work of scenery development, and some of the stuff that is being produced is absolutely amazing. There's so many airports that have been done. It's difficult to choose any kind of one standout airport. That so far, what I'm seeing is that everything is really good, and people are just getting better and better at producing airports. I'm pleased to say that XPDDG, XPlane Dedicated Design Group, is growing from strength to strength, and just lately Emma and Richard have appointed a couple of people to come into the group, seriously talented people. And in terms of my own role in relation to XPDDG, all I really want to do is get to grips with SketchUp again, and so I can build my own custom buildings as well. XPDDG is doing really well, and we can look forward to big things in the new year under Richard and Emma's guidance. Let's just talk about a few things that have happened in terms of aircraft. So rather than talking about individual aircrafts, I'm going to talk about developers. So we've got Flight Factor, we've got JAR Design, we've got FlyJSim, we've got EADT with the X737, we've also got IXEG. These people are going to be the big players in 2016. I haven't got a crystal ball, so I don't know what any of them are making for the future, but what we can do is look at the past. And with Flight Factor, I think we really started off with the 777, which everybody enjoyed and still does. It's a couple of years old now, but it's a very good aircraft. They then moved on to the 757, which I think is absolutely brilliant. I love it. I fly it. It's the aircraft I fly the most. But just lately, of course, before Christmas, we had the release of the 767, which is superb. And all the lessons that have been learnt from the previous aircraft have been put into the 767, which is absolutely fantastic. Flight Factor also did the Airbus A350, which we know that there's a number of things that people disliked about it, even though Flight Factor were very clear about what it did do and what it didn't do. Anyway, that's going to get a refurbish in the near future, and that's my film cut. So that's going to get a refurb or updated in the very near future. JAR Design, they did the A320 and the A330. The A330, absolutely sublime. It's another aircraft that I fly constantly. I flew yesterday from Manchester to Hong Kong without one hiccup. Beautiful aircraft, does exactly what it says on the tin. Then we've got FlyJSim. FlyJSim have been doing the classics. You know, they did the 727, they did the classic 737 twin jet. Really highly detailed, well put together, very polished cockpits. No cabins, because they don't really like that idea. They prefer to put everything in the front, which is good. I don't know what they're working on next, but whatever comes from them is going to be absolutely fantastic. Then we've got EADT with the X737. This aircraft has been around for a number of years and works perfectly well with a 2D panel. But they have been working for a couple of years on the 3D panel. You've seen videos, you've seen screenshots. It's imminent, it's going to be released, I suspect, sometime in 2016. And when it does come out, that is going to be superb. So in terms of what's happening for next year, obviously we're moving towards XPlane 1050. I have no idea what's going to be in 1050. As we know, Laminar, they keep producing their updates, and every time they do, there's something added. But 1050 apparently is going to be a big one. I'm not quite sure what is in it, so I think we should all go and have a look at Ben Sutnick's blog and see what he's saying there. The other thing regarding XPlane, of course, is the gateway. The gateway is doing what it should. producing airports, but they're using just the default Lego buildings. Some people like them, a lot of people don't. But that will develop, and myself and a couple of other people are saying that maybe the gateway should accept custom buildings as well, custom built airports as well. Finally, of course, the big player, or the player that everybody's waiting for, is PMDG, and what PMDG have done in the last 24 hours is they've put up the dummy for sale site on the website for the DC6, and it's going to cost $12 million. Now, they always do that pre-release, so that means that it's almost here. I'm not excited about it, I have to say. It's not my type of aircraft, so I'm not excited about it. I am excited about the fact that finally PMDG are going to be in XPlane, and it'd be really, really good to see what they've done and see how it's received, okay? The next part of the video is going to be something that I said I would do, and that is kind of a list of resources, XPlane resources, but in actual fact it's not a list of XPlane resources, it is my favourites folder. So I'm going to go through my favourites folder. All the links to every single site that I show will be in the description below, with everything else that I will put in or not, and we'll see how it goes. So this is my favourites folder, all to do with XPlane. So see you in a minute. Here we are, got the Google page on. I'm awfully sorry, I forgot to turn off the other PC in the first part of the film, and that's why you've got that hum. I've turned it off now, so we should be alright. Anyway, so this is my favourites folder here, and as you can see there's an awful lot in it, but the first thing I'm going to go to is right up at the top here, and this is a really neat tutorial kind of checklist thing for the Airbus A320 from Jar Design. I've only actually used this a couple of times, but it's really, really good. It's got some pretty pictures at the end showing you, everything on the overhead, etc. It's worth getting, and I'll put the link in the description below. Should be useful for some people. So a nice little tutorial there. Let's have a look. What's next up on my list? I got a huge long list of stuff here, so let's see what was next. I think this could be Nats. Is it Nats? No, this is the Bristol Flight Simulator Group, which I am one of the co-founders of, and the Bristol Flight Simulator Group has been going now for approximately 10 years, and we meet every fourth Sunday over in Bristol at Down End, and if you want to become a member of this, you can go here. It's quite straightforward. I shall put the link in the description below. Okay, Bristol Flight Sim Users Group. Let's have a look. What's next? We'll go to this one. Oh, this is a developer's blog, and this is about the Follow Me car that you can get for XPlane. You can have a Follow Me car, and you can create Follow Me routes. Now, when this first came out, I was really pleased about it. I haven't done a vlog on it, and I think I should have done. It is a really neat little tool, but the problem is you have to create your Follow Me routes in advance. Otherwise, when you get to the airport, it just won't be there. So you have to create the routes yourself at every airport that you might visit. But once you've done that, it's really good, because your Follow Me car will take you out to the runway when you call it, and it will bring you to the gate when you call it. Next up is EFASS. We all know this is the electronic flight assistant. I've used this from version 1, very, very good. I do believe you can download it free for 20 days and use it on a free trial. I still think it is an excellent flight planner. Not in the same league as PFPX, but then again, PFPX hasn't got a moving map, it hasn't got satellite imagery of weather, etc, etc. But I do think that EFASS is probably one of the best flight planners out there. It's just a pity that development has been halted for a short while, but it still does what it says it will do on the tin, and I think it works out at around about £23 or something like that. What's next? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? XPlane.org is where we all go, or should be going. This is our natural one-stop shop for all things to do with XPlane, so scenery, aircraft. Also, you can purchase payware aircraft and payware sceneries via XPlane.org store. what was this? I was looking at this football pitch, which I thought was quite neat. Football stadium someone has built in the last few days. Very neat indeed. Kind of generic, so you use that in your sceneries if you wish. Maybe I should have cut that out of the video, but not to worry, not to worry. Okay, moving on then, let's have a look. Where do we go next? I'm hoping that this is Nat's, which is, let's have a look. Nope, sorry, flightsim.com. This is another resource that is really useful if you're into flight simulators of any type, but also XPlane is featured on here. Some great interviews on here. There's an interview with the guys from X737 EADT. There's an interview from myself as regards to Twitch, but it's a fabulous resource. They have files to download, sceneries to download, aircraft to download, and they have different memberships, so you can become a member at a nominal cost, which gives you faster downloads, or you can just download straight from the site. I've used flightsim.com for quite a number of years, so I kind of recommend it. There's the XPlane dedicated interview with myself. I did another one as well some while ago about scenery building, so flightsim.com, one of my favourite go-to sites. Right, what's coming up next? I've spent too much time there. Scrolling down on my list, and don't forget all of the links will be in the description below. I can't find what I want. This is a little flight fuel planner. Now this was given to me by somebody, I think it might have been Emma, I can't quite remember, but it's really simple. You put in your departure and your destination, that's all you need to put in there. Click on planner and it will give you your fuel. It gives it your fuel in pounds, so if you need to convert it into kilograms, use a calculator and it's that figure times 2.2. So it's 2.2 pounds to a kilogram. Okay, it's really simple, straightforward, it works, nothing really too surprising and nothing to worry about too much. Right, this is it's a checklist. It's a checklist for 737. I think I used this once, because really you need 2 screens minimum for this, so you can have it all over on one screen whilst you go through your aircraft. But it is a very comprehensive checklist, and it covers everything that you need on a 737. As I say, I've only ever used it once, but it's still there in my favourites list. Finally, Nats. I thought it was earlier than this. Nats is where you can find all of the UK charts for every airport. It's free. I just clicked on Cardiff. There's the ground chart and parking. As I say, it's completely free. You don't even have to register. So you just go to Nats, and it's PDF. You can print them off if you wish. There's a star chart there. Just turn it the right way, so coming in from the West Wales into Cardiff. Really straightforward, and once again the link will be in the description below, as they all will. Navigraph, we all use Navigraph, lots of us use Navigraph, not everybody, but this is Navigraph. This is where you get your ARACs from, charts, and there's tutorials and videos and all sorts of things on there, and it's a really great site. That one's not found, so we'll get rid of that. Can't even remember what it was. Let's go back, figure this out here. Where do we go now? My eyes are getting funny, I can't see what I'm looking for. Alright, here we go. This is Routefinder. Routefinder, of course, is very famous. It's been around for a while. You just put in your departure and your destination, click find route, and it will find your route for you very quickly. Most of these routes have been validated through the Eurocontrol. So there we go, that's that route that I quickly hammered in there. You can copy and paste. It always starts off with your departure, then it'll say SID, and at the end it'll say star and your destination. You just get rid of those and then copy and paste in. Here's SIMBRief. SIMBRief's been around for a couple of years. It's really good, but because I've got so many other flight planning packages, I tend not to use it, but it is good and will give you some really good flight plans. Once again, more or less all of them validated through Eurocontrol. There's a quick flight. I can't remember where that was going, but it was an EasyJet flight. And it's got it's got everything in there. Lots of people use it, and you can export your flight plans out to a number of different flight simulators and XPlane also. We're getting towards the bottom of the list, I think now. Let's just scroll down here. Let's see what was next. Yes, Aviation. This is not paid for advertising, by the way. It's just that I use Aviation. This is where you get Sky Max Pro from SoundMax and Max FX, as well as aircraft as well. It's just on my list of favorites, so I'll show you that. It just makes sense to me. And the link will be in the description. X737 project from EADT. We all know this. This is where you get the aircraft from. Over 200 liveries available, high definition liveries. We've got the 2D panel available from here. The 3D panel will be coming shortly. Not quite sure exactly when, but it won't be long. So that's the X737 website. It's clean, it's neat, you can find your way around there really easily. Okay, what's next? I think we're almost coming towards the end of all the ones that I tend to use. XPFR. This is a little used site which is absolutely superb. Sceneries, aircraft. It's XPlane France something or other, XPFR. Absolutely superb. Originally when I first came across this, it was for XPlane 9. They've been updating a lot of their stuff for XPlane 10 now. There's a really good site to look at. Zone photos for XPlane. This is where you can find photo scenery. Unfortunately, it's mostly Europe. There's a little bit over in America there, California, Florida, but it's mostly Europe, as you can see, and a tiny bit up in Norway there. It's an ongoing project, and I guess at some point or another they will fill the whole of the world, so to speak. I keep meaning to get some scenery for the middle of Spain because I fly to Madrid. Anyway, so that's Zone Photos. It's very useful. It's free photo scenery, good quality, easy to install, as almost everything is in XPlane. This is, and I can't remember what this is. Oh yes, this is Nat Tracks. This is a North Atlantic Tracks calculator. So you go into this and it tells you what the Nat Tracks are for that day, with Alpha Bravo, Charlie, Echo, etc, etc. So those are the Nat Tracks of the day. Okay, as you can see, when I did this, it was the 363rd day of 2015. So there you go. That is my favorites folder. Hope it's been useful to you all, and as part of this final review for final vlog for 2015, maybe you found it useful or not. If not, then fine. If you did, great, and keep clicking the likes, keep watching XPlane Dedicated, and keep watching us on YouTube. You all have a great and happy new year, and I thank every single one of you for clicking or subscribing. Cheerio.